Hey, Northern Mouth, how are you, bud? Hope you're having a good day. Happy Tuesday. Just kind of scrolling through the official count, see if anything catches my eye in particular today. So, what's everybody up to today? How's everybody's day going? I am looking forward to doing Shaun's roster review today. So, that's pretty cool. What's up, Dylan? How are you, bud? Hey, Spider Guard. How are you, buddy? Really wish this went up another column. Really wish this went up another column. It's pretty interesting. It's close, but not quite. Oh, it's like Drew is getting played. I'm doing really well with both moments. I'm doing really well. I my new diabetes medicine works super duper well, and I've been being extra good with it. So I've had more energy, I would say, in the past couple weeks than in like a long time. So oh, right on, Twitch app. I'm glad you're liking it. Doing well. Thanks for asking. You too, Dylan. Thank you for asking. Doing well. Yeah, LC Blue. Uh-huh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just while I was here, while we're waiting for people to come in and we're going to do Shaun's roster review today, I pulled Captain Lou at gold, and a bunch of people have asked me, how is he? And I'm like, yeah, I haven't really tried. This is the only moveset that super sticks out, though, if the crossplate buffs it enough. I think it's going to be close, but fall just short because it's only 28 gems. But let's see. What's everyone up to today? What's anyone got anything fun going on this week in general? Like what's going on with life? Things good, bad, ugly, awesome, indifferent? Anything exciting worth noting? I got my oil changed today. That was not exciting at all. I need new tires for my truck, also not exciting. Tires are not cheap. But I probably won't need them again for like 10 years because I don't drive a lot. Nice, Dylan. Unless you want to lose him, in which case, not nice. You know, I don't know the situation. 550 a tire? Jeez, dude. What kind of tires are those? I got a really good tire shop in my town, so I feel pretty lucky there. They're they're awesome. If you go in, even if you're not like a customer, they'll like they'll like fix your flat for next to nothing. And if you buy tires there, if you have like low air, something going wrong, they'll check it out. You buy the tires there, like it's free rotations, you know, all that jazz. It's like the full service. So, But the tires for my truck were better than I was expecting. And I asked for not top end, not bottom end, kind of middle, and they're only at 181 bucks a tire, which isn't terrible for tires. I was not super unhappy with the quote. I think I'm gonna get them on Thursday. Oh my gosh, Derek, that's not even kind of accurate. Um, can you like edit that to just be like, I'm happy to be here today? That's way, way too nice. I can't live up to that expectation even remotely. Now I have anxiety. Hey, Big Show, how are you, bud? Noah, what's good? What is good, Noah? That's hilarious, Dylan. Assuming you're joking, that's hilarious, but... Hey, Shaun, how are you, dude? I'm looking forward to today, Shaun. You just got off work? Getting off work's the best part of the workday. We're gonna see. I think this is probably only gonna do like 30 mil. Let's see. 35. It's Captain Lou's really close. Like really close. If it was like two more columns, maybe even one more column. He's close, but he's just not there. It's a 2 cycle. He needs he needs a yellow KO plate. Close, but not quite there. I don't know the Twitch app. Oh, CM Punk. You're probably right in this case. Everybody needs a hype man, though. If you reload your game, Noah, I think you'll see the answer to your question. If you reload your game, it's a new showdown. It's a new day. Yes, it is. But to answer your question, now it is prize wall emblems, midweek medallions, I guess would be the right answer. Midweek medallions. Yeah, Shaun, absolutely. I think I'm. Hey, Masad, how are you? Oh, I might get started early, Shaun. Like usually, I wait like kind of the first hour and dink around with whatever. I might get started early with yours since you're here, and give people a little bit of time to come in. What's up, Bruno? I might get started early with it. Yeah, if he was two more columns, better yet, all the columns, but two more in particular, this would be Chef's Kiss. That just not going to get it done, though. Too bad. That's about what I thought. So, have to back to the drawing board here. You got your notepad ready? Right on. I hate subs. No way to make that work. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Purple choose. Sub. Yeah, that's just not... That's just not it. Yeah, Tuesday's Twitch app on the channel, unless it's the first week of the month. If somebody wants. It's somebody I know that's on the stream regularly, so people don't just show up and get that. Hey, Bizzo, I was just taking a look at Captain Lou. Nothing exciting. And then we're going to do Shaun's roster dive today. So like Shaun, I think Shaun, what have you been watching me on Twitch? Like 3 years? Oh, right on, Misad. Congrats. At least 3 years. So I'm really, he's a, not mistaken, you're a faction leader, right, Shaun? Like a top 20 faction. So this is one in particular I'm looking forward to doing. Is I've known Shaun for a very long time. He's been on a lot of streams. Good wrestler without a plate. Few and far between. To be honest, at gold, if you're referring to gold, but if you're new at the game, um, you may not be talking about gold. Generally, the free ones, Tanju. Nah, Bizzo, I actually don't prep any of the roster reviews. I like letting my thought process kind of go through during the stream, right? Shaun asked me the same question. He asked me if I wanted to, if I wanted to see it early, and I'm like, nah, you don't need to send it early. I like kind of having my first impressions, thoughts on the stream. That way people can kind of see how I'm going at it. Plus, I have the memory of a goldfish, so I need to be looking at it anyway. Um, but Tanju, to your question, like generally the freebies are very good ones to start on. So like at Tech this month you get Tongaloa. He would be a good one to use for a very long time to get you moving and get you stuff. The one before, Batista, would be a very good striker for a good long time. In fact, very good striker that actually doesn't need a plate, so he's a great example. His power gem set. So if you were playing last month and you got Batista, Batista is probably one of the best you could work on without a plate, even at gold, because very few superstars are good without plates at gold. Um, so if you want to try and be solid or okay at gold, generally it's move sets or build sets that are not preferred for like feud, because those like fast move sets all need metal straps, plates, proper trainers, and all that jazz. Whereas like sub and power gem is slow control, but you can do more or beat harder things with less on your roster. So generally speaking, looking for a newer release that is power gem, sub. This is the opposite advice of what I give people for good, but they're amazing for tours and for punching above your weight. So somebody like Batista would be perfect. Tongaloa has a really big sub this month. You would be very good. Stuff like that is what you want to focus on while you're growing your roster. No, it doesn't have to be like months of viewing Twitch app. It's more like people that I know are on this stream today a lot, right? Because like if I just say, "Hey, you want to do a roster?" Hey, Eagles, how are you, buddy? Who wants to do a roster review today? It's some Telvin, what's up? It's somebody that might not be here a lot, and I'd prefer to reward people that are frequent flyers on the stream, if that makes sense. Um, and also, here's another way of looking at it. If I know you, like, so I've known Shaun a long time. Shaun does a little bit of spending when it makes sense for him, but what I do know about Shaun is he is always trying to improve his roster and his game. He works at the game. So Bizzo's another example I did on my stream last week. Yeah, thank you, Bizzo. I knew I went over a bunch of stuff with Bizzo, and I know it wasn't wasted time. Bizzo is almost exclusively free to play. He very rarely spends one of the. I would say like he would be a model for people that are low to no spenders to follow, right? He's played the game since the beginning. He's got a really good roster, and he makes very smart choices. And we went over and I tried a bunch of stuff for him on my own personal stream. Um, yeah, it is. It'll be the way it's supposed to be, Derek. It's the normal showdown like was last week, but we couldn't do it unless you had purchased a starter or setup. So yeah, I want to make sure that I'm not wasting my time because there's plenty of people. How are you, Delaney? There's plenty of people that play this game that will ask you, "What should I do?" And then you take a bunch of time and explain it to them, and they have clearly don't have a good idea of what they're doing, and then they do something else anyway, and you're like, "Well, why did I do that then?" Right? You don't need to agree with me. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying I prefer to help people that do a bunch of work and put in time themselves. Spider Guard, I don't shame and embarrass, so Eagles, I already told you what you should do, but you didn't listen anyway. You got new solo from a bag. You're so lucky. Obviously, level new solo and use his coach for sure. Nice, Bizzo. Did you play Funk last feud, or did you just take him gold? I can't remember time frame anymore because I'm old. Get the yeah, Eagles. No, it's. I guess it could. Oh, fair enough, Spider Guard. Twitch app. I feel like people. I feel like it's still selfish that I do it, if that makes sense, because I enjoy doing it. Like, I think it would be kind if. Here's a good example, right? I think it means more when somebody does something they don't enjoy because it's the right thing to do than if somebody enjoys doing it and does it. I don't know if this makes sense, but if you're the kind of person that just la 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 enjoys helping people everywhere you go, it really doesn't mean much because you're doing what you want to do anyway. But if you're the kind of person that doesn't and still do it anyway, then it means more. In this particular case, I get something from it because I enjoy helping people. I like to coach. Used to coach football, and stuff like that, so it kind of brings that back to it. Plus, I get to talk about the game, have other people bounce ideas about the game, and I find that enjoyable. So I feel like I feel like it'd be disingenuous of me to say that let somebody say that I'm extremely kind, because I'm a lot of things. Kind like is not something I would call myself. I'm very blunt. I'm often rude, in my bluntness. Um, and so like kind is not how I would define me necessarily. Do I try to do the right thing? Absolutely. And sometimes to my own detriment, but I think kind is something I wish I was more of, in point of fact. Because that I think often I could be kind, but I choose to be blunt instead. So I don't. It's very nice of you to say, but I don't want to let that go because I don't think I'm a kind person at all. So sorry about the mini tangent, but I don't want you guys to think I'm a better person than I am. Who's okay, that's so we're not on my roster right now, Tanju. So I have a different idea. I've been playing for almost 6 years. I've never missed a login. I've been playing daily for 6 years, nearly. Bizzo's actually been playing longer than me. He's like closer to 8 years, I think. Um, I have a different idea of OP than most people, or a lot of people. After about 65 to 70 million damage on turn one, your damage most of the time doesn't really matter. So what I use to determine OP-ness is a combination of do they hit hard enough, how fast are they, and how safe are they. Northern Mouth, that I'm definitely not always nice for sure. Yeah, I guess it depends on the definition of kind. I'm definitely not always nice. Yeah, I can definitely be not nice. Um, so it is a combination of those things. Again, we're not looking at my roster right now. Yeah, at the same time, Twitch app, I don't want to hurt people or step on their, like, make them feel bad, but I do that sometimes. And I have been known to step on people trying to do the right thing and end up doing the wrong thing in the process, because you should never step on people when you're trying to do anything. So, probably not going to happen today, AK6. It's the beard that feeds on aggression. So anyway, some of my favorites right now, Julius can 2-click for 70 million. That means 2 moves and done for about 70 million. He's gold on my roster. He's one of my favorites. I don't necessarily think it's OP. There are a couple people with trap counters, i.e. Terry Funk, who Bizzo was just talking about, who you can't use Julius against Terry Funk to win when Funk is running his best moveset. So there's, situations like that. Rex Regum, to me, is so easy to use. He doesn't touch the board. He's 3 clicks. He doesn't use multiply gems. The only one that counters him is New Roman. As far as that goes. What is today's Stips? I haven't played 33 spec, but if it's silence, it would be Tech KO. Because he generates and breaks a bunch, and it's super easy and fast with 2 moves. So he would be one of them. For ladies, it's 100% Indy and Naomi. Indy with a bunch of stuff, Naomi with her gear are both ridiculous. Those are probably my 2 favorite ladies. Trish is super good. I really want Muda. I don't have him. New Jacob, same thing. For Acros, Powerhouse is Cody and Austin. This Cody up here, and then Powerhouse Austin would be those for Powerhouse. Yeah, Austin Theory is a really good one. Whenever it's silence, I use usually most of the ones Scopely gave out for free if I have them leveled up because they're easy and fast. Actually, I don't care about leaderboarding, so yeah, Naomi's ridiculous. I think she's fantastic without gear. With gear, she's a whole nother level, right? Rhea is extremely good on the ladies' end as well. Seth is another fantastic one. I don't have him on my roster. Yeah, those are some of the top ones. Tuso's a lot of people like, not my flavor. Zombie Sammy's very good. That Striker, Braun with the middle lane is insane. Cody with gear middle lane, very good. This Taker can be okay, but not OP. Ollie can hit ridiculously hard, but not fast. Regal probably hits harder than anyone in the game. As far as if you add consistency, he does hit harder than anyone in the game. KO can maybe match him, but super inconsistent. Regal is... If I was going to say anyone in the game was OP, it would probably be Regal, but he's not as fast as the other people I've named, so he actually is less OP in Feud. But just in general, like, what feels OP, he does. New Roman feels incredibly strong, to be honest. Ilya, low charge moves, feels really, really strong. Yeah. Which Seth Showboat, yeah. The Seth freaking Rollins. So, I mean, that's kind of a few of them. There's no shortage. Honestly, we're probably getting upwards of 50 people that I can win turn 1 with in Feud with the right setup. So there's no shortage of strong people. You know what I mean? There's probably 50 people in this game you could win with turn 1 in Feud if you set them up right. It's got to be getting close to that. Last time I counted, I think I was over 45, and that was not choosing some borderline ones. Everyone's got kind of a different idea of OP as well, so. Oh, Aleister Black would be good, actually, Derek. Probably, yeah. He does a bunch of silence into green. Aleister Black would probably be awesome. Yeah, Bizzo. Do? I did. I say that often. I did. That was Powerhouse Austin. Redneck Austin. Dylan. Powerhouse Austin. Super fast, super good. Vader also. Absolutely. So as far as fun to play, ones I very much enjoy playing. So Ozzy is probably the most fun I've had, but I don't feud with him unless I don't care about how much time I'm going to take. But he's one of the most fun to play on the regular. Ilya's animations are so good. Like, I would list Ilya as one of my favorite to play if you're using, like, the H-bomb and stuff. All of his animations are good, but in particular, the H-bomb is amazing. So he's really, really fun to play, actually. New Roman was stupid fun to play. Muscle Man Bray, really, really fun for me to play. Like, as far as, like, pure fun, I love Muda. He spits the mist, he blows up the board twice. Like, Muda is I wish I had him. He is ridiculously fun for me to play, just because his animations are cool. You blow up the board twice, it looks like a lot is happening. So he's one that I really, really enjoy playing. Like I said, Muscle Man Bray is super fun. I actually enjoy Bubba a lot, too. And then for some worse ones, like one of the worst ones, then he's not that bad, but he's not like somebody you can feud with. whenever there's John Cena requirements, I use Chain Gang Cena. I actually love his rework. I find this super fun. Yeah, Scon, it sounds about right. He's not good, like, but I really enjoy Chain Gang Cena, which is ridiculously weird. And I don't have him yet. But Fatu, Jacob Fatu is ridiculously fun with the defense moveset. Also, his other movesets are really fun. So Jacob will probably end up being one of my favorites for a long time when I get him. Muda, I'm 77 shards away from. He is super, super, duper, duper fun. Yeah. Ozzy's animations are so cool. Like, so much fun. Like I said, Ilya's a lot of fun, because his animations are great. So, also, basically, I could play any Sami Zayn. And then this is a really weird one. I should not like her. Her preview is super disappointing. It takes really good stuff for this statement to be accurate. On my account, I am missing her moment, but I do have her plate. I actually enjoy the heck out of playing Tiffany Stratton to the point where I feud with her over Rhea, which makes no sense in any way, shape, or form on this planet. However, it is true. I run her this way with her plate, and it's really good. Like, it's just good enough. I'm shocked that I'm saying this. They did her so dirty when they released her. She didn't have the reversal. Without the plate, the reversal really is the big difference, because even without the plate, she's still fun with the reversal. This reversal is incredibly valuable and good. Reversals and universal moments are two of my things going on that are in the game that are probably my favorites right now. Indy's way better than Tiffany, but I actually have more fun playing Tiffany. Indy's way better, it's no contest. Rhea's also better, basically. Sort of. The way I play Tiffany, I feel like Tiffany is better than Rhea for the way I'm playing Tiffany and how I'm using her. That's different than saying she's better than Rhea. For the way I set up my feud lineup and the way I feud, heavy metal Rhea, acrobat Rhea, Bobby. Tiffany actually plays better for me than Rhea, but that's not saying Tiffany is better. Rhea is better, clearly. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. Does what I'm saying make sense? For the way my roster is, the way I feud with what I have, Tiffany has been better for me than Rhea, also combining the fun factor. But Rhea is clearly better by a mile. As far as who's better for feuding, Indy by a landslide. No one touches her if you have her stuff. Indy's insane. Absolutely ridiculous. Indy will be insane at 7-star. If we get 7-star. Whatever's next, Indy will be good at. Rhea's super fun to play too. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy playing Rhea as well. Rhea's fun. She's strong. She's great. She looks awesome. It's just cool. Plus, mommy. Rhea's awesome. Right? So, I just really... if you use her right... And by right, I mean... weirdly, yes. I'm doing great, Deb. How are you? Ozzy's fantastic. But for most people, that answer will be no. Rhea's faster. I would not recommend anyone build Tiffany over Rhea. If I was doing like a roster review, if I was giving them advice, I just think it's a rare occasion where the sum of her parts makes her better than she is, in particular for me, right? She's better than she should be for me. Also, apparently somebody subscribed on my Twitch channel, and the alerts are not disabled while I'm on the official channel. So whoever did that, thanks. Appreciate it. I don't know who it was, but thank you. Interesting. So yeah. Yeah, Tiffany's good for a lot of people. Really good. Who else is super fun? Maybe there might be some underrated people that I actually really, really enjoy. There's one, well, I don't think he's underrated anymore. Terry Funk is very fun, especially with the trap reversals. Yeah, I think that's the right spot for most people. Oh yeah, Felix. Indy's insane. There, under no circumstance should anyone not level Indy. Indy is ridiculously good. You can set her up even without great stuff and still have great success. Showboat Charlotte's a lot of fun if you like two-click nonsense. Awesome, JL Niners. It should have the right pricing now too, I hope. Um, Weirdly, somebody I've always liked probably more than I should. Tataka's okay. Is Nikki Cross. I think she's fun, and I don't know why, but I do. Not fun at all. um, I've always loved this Sammy. He was awesome at bronze and silver. I've always loved honorary use Sammy. Um, Not so good at gold, but I still think he's fun. Honestly, Stunlock Priest is not fast, but also pretty fun. And then one of my all-time favorites still, and probably forever, is Powerhouse Braun Strowman. This build with Priest is actually quite fun. It's not super fast though, but it's Stunlock City. And then Powerhouse Braun is I think still potentially one of the best card designs they've ever done, top to bottom. Also a really solid trainer, and he's still today good. And he's got to be getting close to a year in the game at this point. Still one of my favorites. Like, I think that he's good. So when somebody comes out and they're good on anybody's roster, big or small, that's awesome. That's the thing I'm a fan of. Exactly, Telvin, you don't. And then you can run the countdown gems with solo. So really cool. Yeah, that's just easy way to get through the tour. With Rosie, it's definitely not his best moveset. Rosie is not a good. He wasn't good when he debuted, and the years have just made him worse. But you know, who else is super fun? That I just always like playing. Any of the Rocky cards. Any of the Rocky cards are super fun. Posters, I'm on the official channel, don't find me. Rocky 76 is super fun. Apollo's super fun. Clubber Lang is super fun. For me. Also, both of the Ollies, because I'm a boxing fan, are really fun. Big fan of those. Cora Jade can be really fun. Yeah, she was my favorite trickster for a very long time. Chelsea is actually pretty fun as well at trickster. Shield Ambrose, right on. But not good at gold. Yeah, dude. Rocky's still playable, but it takes whaley stuff. Literally, whaley stuff. Yeah. Plenty of lower tiers. So one of the I think super fun and amazing and boss battle across the board is Grayson Waller. I think really another really fun one and pretty good is KO Greatest Hits. New Batista, I think is awesome. I don't like power gems, and I even like his power gem setup. So I would put New Batista in there. I thought he was really fun to use. Striker Batista. I think Kyrie is fantastic. You can do a lot with Kyrie. Kabuki Warrior. He's great for boss, Shaun. Waller is super versatile. The only downside is focus Shobo shards can be a pain in the butt. Yep, Kyrie's really good. Wesley is another one, and Acro is extremely underwhelming. Wesley is going to be most people's best acrobat by far. There's moves you can use to get you through stuff when you don't have nice stuff. With nice stuff, he gets better. He's also pretty fun to play. Yeah, Wes is really good. Wes is 100% a solid one in those tier ranges. To be honest, if we wouldn't have had the rash of techs we had, honestly, Tonga Loa is not horrible. either. Like if somebody was a new player, like the last 4 months playing and they didn't get Miz or something, he's definitely somebody I would tell him to invest in for the short term, like while they're building their roster. I think he's pretty decent with the sub and stuff. And he can choose to load the sub. Absolutely HD. So he's another very good lower tier one that can help a ton of people out. And he's got a bunch of other fun move sets too. Scopely actually does a really good job, I feel like, with the free posters now, where usually they have pretty strong value, at least up to 6-star bronze, if not 6-star silver. Like they're actually, most of them are always very strong up to 6-star bronze, and some of them are still pretty strong even at 6-star silver. A few can translate to gold, but not often. But really what they do is they can help lower rosters really go a long way, and do a lot. And I'm actually a pretty big fan of that. Fair enough, Cancer. Fair enough. They're not always perfect, but they are pretty good. Yeah, yeah. So like that's one thing I would credit them for is I think the free card every month is pretty good. Also, this month and last month, they're giving out a metric crap ton of the A tier shards. So like if you didn't get May last month, you probably will this month if you're playing the game decently at all. Hi Zandel, how are you? HD, did I say hi to you? If not, hi HD. CM Punk's solid, actually. There's been so many really good techs. Hey, AK6, how are you, buddy? There have been so many good techs recently, and CM Punk like isn't a freebie or anything like that he's outclassed, I think, but he is good. Yes. He is good. But I think he's outclassed by some of the other one. What's up, McGill? B-Rock, how are you, buddy? Mherex Disciple is in the building. What's up? How are you, B-Rock? Always love my man. It is Rosie Showdown. If you reload your game in luck, you'll see it's Rosie Showdown. So, what's some other lowers? Hey, Theory Brood, how are you? Ozzy is incredible, right? Whatever Ozzy's tier is, he was free. Everyone literally, In-N-Out burgers with root beer. That sounds delicious. I love root beer. I don't have it very much. Ozzy is just like most people's best trickster. Yeah, they're both good, Scon. Tech is loaded. Telvin, I just stop at the Jacob Fatu shards. Anyway, A shard recruit, Tongaloa. Actually really solid move damage wise. Super fun, not Tongaloa, Tamatonga. Really, and then it's nice to have a viable move damage guy, and he actually plays really smooth as you get nicer stuff. Like, I think I could easily make a top 5 trickster case for him in the game. And he's an A tier, and they just so many shards of A tiers lately that I think a lot of people can add those A tiers to their roster. The Maze, the Tamatongas. Who was the month before? I don't remember right off. Probably towards the top here somewhere. It was Cody month. Oh, Tiffany. Yeah, Tiffany was one of the A tiers. Yeah, a lot of mileage out of Tiffy. They've actually been really solid. Oh, that's a great question. You're probably going to get punched in the you-know-what, Bizzo. Everyone is on the same playing field there. What are showdown perks? What colors? The MP. MP down will not work. So blue and purple. Actually, hold on. Is male, guys? Yeah? It's male, right? I got way better than that. You have to use Rosie? Okay. Yeah, use Rosie's purple sub. What Sniper Girl said. Absolutely. You need to max your showdown perk and use Rosie's sub. Use so it's going to be harder if you don't have Rosary. It's going to be harder if you don't have Mellow because it's a high charge sub. So if you have Mellow, you would run Woods, Mellow, Santa, and a sub and whatever else you need to, and then just get to the tag in. Have purple. I would probably run NWO Hogan, just for matchy match in case you need a sub again. But if you don't have Mellow, what you need to do is get your solo strong or your Rosie high enough to survive the sub from Tamatonga. So you would put a strap with vitality medals and vitality trainers and hope he subs out and you still have health left, right? So the other thing I would do, actually, here, I can do better. Yeah, I've had a cold for 2 weeks. It's mostly gone, but not quite. So I've had a string of unfortunate luck, you could say. I have a bulging disc in my back. I have a torn rotator cuff in my left shoulder. And then I caught a cold. So, and the cold has been about 2 weeks. It's almost gone. I'm not letting any of it stop me. Probably close. Here, let me get on my account. And then I'll do a couple showdown matches on my account. And then we'll do Shaun's roster review. And let me show you guys a few things you can do. The disc in my back, south side. I know what you're going for, but yeah. No, so the back, what's hilarious is basically my sophomore year in football as a high schooler, I tore my hamstring and I played anyway, which led to major back issue where I ended up tearing my back muscle and I didn't really know it and it hurt, but I just dealt with it. Anyway, long story short, the muscle kind of regrew with the back kind of out of place. And it took a lot of rehab to get that back after I found that out to a decent spot. So the back has had a lot of strain on it. And then I was did construction carpentry for about 10 years, adding more strain to the back. And I went to put my shoes on. Literally, I bent over to put my shoes on, to tie my shoes and put my shoes on. And it dropped me to my knees. That's all it was. Literally, that's all it took. And my back, it's been, how long ago is that now, guys? Maybe 2 weeks? Maybe longer? I'm able to use the inversion table we have now and kind of stretch it out. So it's like, I'm probably 75% better, but it's still pretty ouchy. I don't think I'm going to need surgery. I think it's going to calm down enough that I won't have to worry about surgery, which is great. Because I didn't want to have surgery. Back surgery is no good. So, yeah, I have a very good chiropractor, Zandel. Most chiropractors I'm not a fan of. He is super good. So let's switch over to mine. I'll do a little bit of showdown. Shaun, you cool with that? You good on time today? That sounds not good, B-Rock. Yeah. Yeah, hang upside down, exactly, Bizzo. It's just using your weight to take the pressure off of the nerves on your spine. So you basically just kind of hang a little bit like a bat. I'm hanging like a fat Batman. I see that, Niners. Because I have a claim for it, but... So anyway, once I'll be doing. You guys familiar what reverse hypers are? Once my back can handle it, I'm gonna start doing a bunch of reverse. Oh, I'm good, JC. I'm not. This isn't trying to get sympathy. Um, once my back is better, I'll start doing a bunch of reverse hypers and stuff. And I need to do more walking and exercising anyway. So once back is better, then I'm gonna take care of see if I can hopefully PT rehab my shoulder without having to have surgery for the rotator cuff. I've done it before. It's really good, Zandel. I plan on going back to it. Yeah, I really actually like DDP yoga. So, okay. So first off, let me give you guys a few tips. There's 58 people on this stream. One of the advantages of being on my streams is I share information. So Tongaloa has 99 MP. You're going to want to put him in probably this way. If you have him at 5-star, which is where you want him, and all of this. Then he's going to do like a 10 million damage sub. So put that in for your defense. As far as Rosie goes, you need to be able to survive the 10 million damage sub, right? So you need your Rosie to have more than 10 million health. No, let's not use you. Let's put you, because I don't really feel like getting attacked on this one. So have fun. And this was what's his face's old plate. This doesn't stay on him. Kaiser. This was Kaiser's old strap. Oh, and let's for this for showdown defense. Probably go with that. All right. So here's your another tip. Don't attack 5-star Tongaloas. Do not attack 5-star Tongaloas. Right? Attack 4-star Tongaloas. Yeah, Eagles. That was a really nice, what do you call it? Compensation. Hey, Vern, how are you, bud? This guy. Now, if so, like when you look at this, right? We're gonna go in here. Let's look at the monk. Let's just see what he's got. Seth freaking Rollins, not an ideal target. Of course, he's got a 6-star silver. So you don't. This is a no pass, right? You're like, nah, I'm good. I'm good, fam. This 5-star gold. Nope. Also good. 1, 2, 3, 4-star. This is what you go for, right? My Rosie is silver. I got a fuse, had a fuse for him, so he's silver. Purple is boosted. I would probably run with, if broken by you, this trap move. Right? He's gonna load purple, potentially, and red, so you can put whoever you feel comfortable with in the second slot that you have that's red would be ideal. In my case, I want to use technicians or tricksters for my promoter, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and leave Julius in because of purples. Because why not? And then you definitely use the best promoter you have in the second slot. Right here. Not here. This this one. They took it down again? Let me look. See if there's anything in town hall. I don't see anything. If I back out, is it down? You sure? If I'm streaming, stuff will go wrong. I probably had already gotten, because I just rebooted it. I bet you I had already gotten what you guys got. So I bet that's why I didn't get it. Alright, anyway, back to this. Yep. I just reported it in mod chat. See what happens. So if you have Mellow, which there's a good chance you don't, I get it. Also, you need to max your showdown perks. So check your showdown perks. This one in particular is the one you can see I'm way short, right, of maxing it because I want that 6 MP. So if you want to max it, if it's worth it to you, you go into the store and you have to buy them from the... Anyway, I'll just show you because I have to buy them anyway. You either have the half off or the not half off, and you have to decide if it's worth it to you to buy it for the 1 extra MP. If you don't have Mellow, it's not worth it anyway. So if you don't have Mellow, don't do it. If you have Mellow, then it's probably worth it. They just gave 2,000 out for the mess up, so that will help. This is the one I want. So there's the discount and the regular one. But you go in here, and this pack right here, how much did I need? I need to buy like 3 of these. Okay. You should be able to, until you get way higher, find a decent amount of non-5-star Tongaloas. Right? Maybe I should just record this too. Right? Like, I feel like this is good advice. And this part, I feel like I should record. Basically, you just want to pick on non-5-star Tongaloas. As you get higher, you're going to have to change that strategy. Potentially, but oh, nice HD. Awesome. Good deal. So that's what you're looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4-star. And then you can take a look at the second. Rock is nothing to even remotely worry about. Just make sure you have somebody that can contend with that. I will actually set the video up for not having perks. I should max my perk, though. Potentially. So I'll show you guys how I'd go about this. And who you use in your second slot is going to be different than me, right? You should use your best person that you have that matches your best promoter. Make sure you can win, but also make sure have a good promoter there if you can. I only have Trickster and Technician max, so mine is either going to be a Technician or a Trickster. That makes sense, HD. That makes sense. What is this showdown good for? Midweek prize wall currency and solo shards. So you should play at least a little bit. So you at least get 50 solo shards. And 125 currency. At least play a little bit. All right. Now, go in here. We're going to look at this guy's 4-star. This is what we're going to deal with. He's going to make pyro gems, random ones into purple. He's just going to do purple gem damage. Yes, Bizzo, correct. All he's doing is purple gem damage. That's it. So Rosie, we don't really care about. I mean, this Rosie will probably win, to be honest. 8 MP is what we got to charge. Your showdown perk is a 2 when it's maxed HD or 1 on a matchy match. It's either 1 or 2. I think it's 2. 3, 4, 7, 1 for your turn. I think we just need NWO Hogan, to be honest, to get the sub loaded. But if you want starting board purples, which I do, anyway, fair enough. There can't be that many bloodline links yet. I would hope, but that's a good point. Starting board. Who's purple? It is Dusty. Okay. If it's 2 on a match and you have it maxed, then just use all of your sub-trainers. So you'd use Brock. And Sammy, Hey, Duck, how are you, bud? Yeah. How are you, man? Hope you're doing well, Ducky. What do we got? 1.8 million, and so that should easily, with 1 purple match, beat any of the Loas you're targeting, right? And then I'm also gonna check my HP. Yeah, probably HD. And I have 18 million health, so even if we see a sub Loa, I'm probably fine. Right? So the other thing, if we were to see a sub Loa, you would just do the sub reduction. He's a technician, right? I think I haven't used one of these in 5 million years. They still have those, right? They do. Who's the technician? Wait, no, we're a trickster. Trickster only. Oh, gross, man. This guy? I don't even want to put him on. Is there a take less damage ones? Yeah, there is. I'm looking right at him. We'll use that instead. His sub is green, right? Sub is green. I want one of these 80 ones. Yeah, I'm not using Velveteen Dream. F that guy. Where are the green ones? Am I blind? Maybe I still have it. Oh, duh, I am. Really, Eric? So this puts it down to like 4 million with Eric. And we can look at his trainer and see. $18K. We're almost there. Ugh. This is a waste of 9 tokens I'll never get back. I feel dirty. You can Google it. What HD said as well. Very good showdown advice. This is a better option anyway. It's gone. Gumsy, it's straight up leaderboard. All you care about is leaderboard, Gumsy. All right. So, we are going to take almost no damage. That 10 million sub is 2 million. So we can also beat 5 stars. Yeah, Rosie lead spot, second can be whoever you want. Let me record this for the peoples. As well while we're doing this. You know what? I'm not going to put the build up. If they don't pay attention to the build, that's on them. Okay. Let's do this. And watch me mess it up. Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one I'm on the official Twitch channel, but I'm on my account because people are really struggling with the Rosie Showdown, and it's actually not as hard as it might sound. If you have max Showdown perks, you can run NWO Hogan and on a purple match, fill your sub. If you don't have max perks, then throw Dusty in here for one of your sub trainers. You also, if you have max perks, I could just run 17K Santa, Carmelo, and Woods, and my sub would be loaded, and I would just start with the sub. Okay? So I'm showing you the harder way to do this in case you don't. Pro tip, take Eric's to the 18K. Take 80% less damage from green submission moves. Then his Tonga Loa sub won't do anything to you. But even better pro tip is don't fight a 5-star. Tonga Loa doesn't get his submission until 5-star. So just fight 3 and 4 stars. Refresh and do that sort of thing. It really isn't as hard as you might think. What else to look out for? Bloodline Link, as HD said. You'd want to watch out for a Bloodline Link where they get a huge gem defense boost. So potentially watch out for a Bloodline Link. I think it would only be him and like Tamatonga for the most part. You sent me a screenshot of why you avoid 5 stars? Let me look at that screenshot while we're recording this. It is. Yeah, this is why you avoid 5 stars. It's HD winning a bunch. Right? Your secondary doesn't matter. Pick your best one with your best promoter. Preferably one you can load. If you don't know how it works to load, yeah, Rosie can easily get to the tag. This guy can't do very much damage, and I'm going to show you multiple. If you fight 3 and 4 stars, we're going to go through this. And here, you know what? Let me just play. Let me just play. My account, my showdown. He's loaded. I have 18 million health, right? If you don't have enough health to survive, you're going to have to level your Rosie up. You can see a 3 swipe. Almost smoked him. Rosie doesn't need to tag, but Rosie will easily survive 18 million health from a 4-star. You don't need anywhere near that. And now we're going to hit the sub and win. Okay, I'm just going to go through a few for you guys. A bunch, actually. Why not? I will show you that this is not that difficult. Yeah, Orpheus. He's pretty legit. All right, this is one you don't attack. This would not be a good one to attack. 6-star silver. We'll pass. 1, 2, 3, 4-star gold? 5, yeah, 4-star gold. Magic Man. He hasn't started his showdown. He'll revenge me. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's 4. I can count to 4. What else is here? Also 4-star. You know what? I'm going to see if I can find someone higher notoriety than me just for a little bit, because I don't... 3-star, even easier. Yeah, I'll leave Magic alone. He hasn't started yet, though, so... But he would for sure revenge me. And I'd prefer not to get revenged. This is perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4 stars higher than me. Sorry, whirly girls. The showdown is not pointless. If you partake, you're going to get at least 50 solo shards and a couple hundred prize wall medallions. If you do well, you increase that significantly. I mean, if you feel like that's pointless, though, then yeah, I would recommend not playing if you feel like that's pointless. But for sure, it's worth doing a little bit and at least snagging 50 solo shards for basically no effort. You can see how easy this is. I could just as easily be doing this with a 5-star gold Rosie right now. I mean, I care about every shard, which is why I shard recruit a lot of people. Because I don't leave 50 shards laying around when I could get them. That's completely up to you. People call me tryhard. Maybe I am. But I think it's worth it. I will chase 50 shards for very little effort. So in this case, you could try... This guy is great. 4-star gold. Boom. And you can see my notoriety is going up very quickly with... I only have 2 max showdown promoters. One is Trickster and one is Technician. That's why I'm using Julius. So here I don't get my purple match. Maybe you think I've been getting lucky. Let's see what happens. Yeah, he should chase his primary shard, Zandel, in purple, his primary color, and then do the AoE sub, so I would think he would auto-okay. We get our yellow match here, or purple match. Side reason why I have Julius, if I need to tag him in, he's got purple moves. You probably can get a decent chunk done. 5-star bronze if you attack 3s. You'd be fine, probably, Orpheus. Gumsy, I'm recording right now. As soon as I'm done recording, I can answer that. But yes, you need to scrap a ton. I probably have 20 learned, 15 learned. Oh, the box ones? The box ones are even less, yeah. Ba-da-bum-bum. 1, 2, 3. So let's refresh and see what we get. 1, 2. He's lower than me. I may, just to show you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna attack a 5-star. Just to show you guys what Eric can do. So that setup, he should be around like a 10 million sub. He'll probably do 2 million to me. We'll get Julius loaded right here. This is going to be a longer video probably, but I feel like this will help people out. 8 turns, which I can't deal with. Drives me nuts. I hate subs. That 80% less green is a lie. If nothing else, we just scienced that. He did not reduce 80%. It must be 80% of the base, because I just ate 8 million. Did I miss something there? Chat? Yeah. I didn't miss something there, did I? I'm not worried about the JD plate. I'm going to tag in Julius, assuming I can kick out. Which I'm strapless, so it's not a guarantee. Perfect, Jabroni. What Jabroni said is Butch is a trainer. Reduce sub turns up to 10. Chat bailing me out again. I'll show you Butch, and we'll try that again. It did reduce the damage, just not a lot. 80 million from Julius. So, pro Eric tip, he sucks. We're all learning so much on this video. If you want to hunt 5 stars. There you go. So skip that Eric talent up. Indeed. And let's go back to a sub guy. I know. I wasted 9 tokens. I'm really annoyed. Is he higher? 2268, 2363. Yes. Oh, this has the bloodline link. This is what you want to watch out for. Because you get the link with the gem defense, and a pin will end us because we don't have a strap. We're going to leave him alone. Second thoughts are often best. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star gold. That's a lot of health. Yeah, we're going to do it. We don't care. We're going to take... I'm going to do it the hard way. You could refresh and should refresh. Let's beat another 5-star for the video. And let's see how well that Butch works. This guy's my friend. Yes, we're 100% still recording. This has all been good information. Ugh, submissions. I think I'm getting hives right now. Ugh. I don't feel so good, guys. What was that? Oh no! Whew. That was almost really bad. I shouldn't have hit the finisher. Because if Bray would have been loaded, that would have been really bad. Because I'm having trouble kicking out anyway. That was almost really bad. Woo! I'm living dangerously here. Again, Julius doesn't matter if you stick with 3s and 4 stars. I'm literally was just doing some 5 stars just to show you guys it can be done and how I would go about it. And yeah, I'm also showing the stream at the same time, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. It looks like somebody killed my streak. So whoever did that, I'm gonna look and see who that was and say bad things about you. And I'm gonna call that a video because once my streak gets killed, I quit playing and let my stuff come back. Who's the butthead that did that? 2 buttheads. How petty am I? Do I care about busting their streak right now more or get them later? I'll get them later and not waste my energy. But just know, if you're watching this, they don't have enough points to be worth the pettiness right now. If they were higher than me, I was going to hit them. Just know later, because I'm going to sit now, because I have 5 energy. So 5 hours from now, I'm going to log in. You're going to have more points than me, and I am going to hit you both. Just so you know. Anyway, stick to 3 and 4 stars, and you can do this showdown all day quite easily. If you have the perk up, you can start with the sub. If you have mellow and stuff, so you can try with MP ups. But you can see there's no shortage of 4 stars to find. So you can find plenty of people to hunt if you feel like it. What was that? I played how many matches? I played 5 matches, and I got into rank 130. And your reward, if I were to stay here for those 5 matches, would be 150 solo shards and 1,000 midweek prize wall medallions for 15 minutes of time. Not that I would stay there, because I wouldn't. But anyway, the point being is, I could probably play these 5 matches this way, and I'd stay in the top 500 probably, which seems kind of worth it. I mean, for sure, top 1,000. We'll see. Anyway, who knows? But it's not bad. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hopefully this helps. Just think about what you're doing, and it's way easier. Don't attack 5 stars. Use some trainers you thought you'd never use, and you're all good. So, again, let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and share if this helped you, because that helps me. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and good luck out there. Yeah, it's really not that bad, really. So, you know? Okay. Does anyone on the stream have questions about how to make the showdown easier for them? Or did I give enough examples there for you guys? Hopefully that helped. Yes, Southside, I don't have much. But what I do have is 6 years of experience getting screwed over in champions that make me a nightmare to people like that. Sure, ASG. Awesome, Bruno. Fair enough, Gumsy. The sub, the finisher, and the make trap, when you break the trap gems, increase your purple MP. So you can sort of refill it. Oh, Jabroni. You know I like you. There you go, buddy. Yep. Nice, Sando. Shucky ducky quack quack. How are you, my guy? And that took up the first little bit of the stream. longer than I intended, Shaun. I'm sorry. Um, are you still around, Shaun? Because I'm super looking forward to um your roster dive, Shaun. So, oh yeah, Gumsy. So I've learned more mods than I've gotten box mods to drop by far. I've probably only gotten about 10 or 12 box mods to drop. It's like probably less. It's less than. It's probably about 1 in 100. Yeah, 5-star was Stone Cold. Which one, Gumsy? I love the new update, but I'm grinding like crazy, so I actually have made weapons and armor I can use, so I'm pretty excited. 76? Yeah, I'm actually enjoying it quite a bit. So I'm sorry you're not. Shaun, no, all good, man. I'm here. That was good stuff. Cool. Thanks, Shaun. Okay, guys, so Shaun, long-term player, good friend. Really looking forward to this. That's fair, Gumsy. I could see it being less fun then, for sure. It's it's one of those things, Gumsy, where it's hard enough that it feels rewarding when you get it, but not so hard that you don't want to do it if you can grind. Yeah, sure, Theory Brute. I'll just leave it up. But in general, like, all right, let me make sure. Shaun and I have no sensitive info showing. Usually we talk mad smack about Scon. Oh, hey, Scon, I didn't see you there. And I just don't want that to get back to him. So, looks like we're good. No lewds. I haven't sent any lewds to Shaun. So we're good there. Yep. Not making fun of anyone that I can tell. Yeah, we're good. We're good, Shaun. All right. We'll start with the plates like usual. Shaun says he wants to focus specifically on, probably he said, boss versatility and always looking to improve feud speed. Um, so we're going to do that. Zandel should be around. Zandel's in the chat. Oh, Gumsy. This is stupid. I'll get back on track in 1 second. Today's Atomic Shop had um, the Skull Flame, what, I don't know if they're called candles or pillars. You better believe I'm to buy them, and those are going in the Raider camp. Oh yeah, they're perfect. I was so excited when I saw those. Anyway, I'm a nerd. Let me focus on champions. I love those drums too. Window capture and Shaun, turn on. We're good. I'm not going to embarrass anyone. Hey, Sniper Girl, how are you? Yeah, Death, that's what you do. Basically, anytime somebody hits you, you got to always revenge them to teach them a lesson that if they hit you, you're getting them back. You will get them. You want to make sure people know if they mess with you, they're going down. We're going to start with Shaun's plates. These are the unequipped. Actually, I'm going to start with the top one and hit the arrow because that's easier because I'm lazy. Let's see. Ooh, Ray's Mask. That's only good on solo, but at least it has a target now. I think that's Vintage Glamour. Bunch of the MP plates. Tiara. That's a nice one to have. Around his jacket. There was an all heart. Ooh, Hard Times. That's a good one. Dog-eared Gremlin. Ooh, okay. Bunch of... Bruh, you don't need any more dog-eared gremlins. Seamus Crown. Don't need any more of those. Nightmare. Very good plate. Another dog-eared gremlin. Another... Brother, do they give you any plates beside dog-eared gremlins? Feud speed and boss battle. Chris. Also, how are you, Chris? Feud speed and boss battle. Hey, Shaun. Do you have your? Oh yeah, that was the unequipped plates. Here come the equipped plates. Triple H plate, Titan plate, another Ronda's jacket, Aussie glasses, Triple H plate, RK Bro on Bubba, love it. Jade plate, more Dog Ear Gremlin plate. I'm pretty sure the game only gives him Dog Ear Gremlin plate. Got your Hogan plate, bracers, another Titan, Cody plate, Sheik plate. We got plenty to work with. Another Hogan plate. I only have one of those still. I keep hoping Feud gives me one. Another Nightmare plate. Uh-oh. He's got one of those to work with. The unmentionable. Couple more Titans. Very good. They're in the perfect spots. They're going nowhere. Pyro Princess plate on what's his face. And yeah, another couple. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Our ultimates. Did I miss ultimates? Yeah. Shaun, I think you forgot to send me ultimates. When you get a chance, send me your ultimates, if you would, please. And let's start with the ladies. And the technicians. So, obviously, she's the best, and she's the second best. It's okay, Shaun. Probably, Chris, yes. That's almost for sure the play. Good call before we even get there. Thank you, Chris. That is very helpful. Those are the two worth talking about. May, though, to be gold worthy, I would say you would need at least a 50% strap, preferably 100, and you're committing her plate and a Piper plate. So keep that in mind if you want to level May. Other than that, I wouldn't take her to gold. Personally, when you have Charlotte, you could just leave her chilling in here. I think all of these are fine trainer-wise in that picture, and yeah. I think your techs are fine. I see no issues here. And it's just more information for May on what I would need to be willing to take her gold. Her entourage does go up as you level her, and it is a good entourage. Yes. 31k, absolutely worth that. Yes. Mine is gold. So I kind of missed the entourage level requirement. So thank you guys. Chat keeping me straight here. Very appreciated. Otherwise, I think everything is good at Lady Tech. Showboat. That's high enough for Bella's abilities, right? Her trainer or coach, I think it is. And 6-star, 6-star, 6-star. Obviously, I'm going to say Maxine. Focus Showboat shards are a thing, though. And you got Jade. And you got Charlotte. So if you can... Oh... If you can afford a Piper plate for Maxine, I feel like she's better than Jade because there's no cascade risk. I also feel like she's faster overall, but no one's faster than Charlotte of these three. So if you're getting it done with Charlotte, you probably don't need to rush either of these. These are both gold worthy, but not needed if this is getting it done for you. Personally, I prefer Maxine over Charlotte. Maxine's trainer is amazing, but was downplayed a bit by Tamatonga coming out this month with 3. But still a very good, useful trainer. I think it has MP as well, if I recall. So that's worth doing if that's not high enough. I know your talent up's coming up, and you might even have been waiting to take Maxine. I love her at gold. I like Jade a lot. The slight cascade risk on the 2-3 matches puts me off a little bit for Jade. Her top end is higher than both of these, though. She has higher top end damage for sure, especially with her plate. And you can also put the May plate on her and increase it even more. She's got, for sure, the highest top end damage. But from, like, a safety perspective, like, Charlotte, if you're hitting hard enough, is so fast, it's insane. Like, her and Naomi are, like, the 2 best top lane lady feuders, period, in my opinion. because they're just 2 clicks and you win instantly. And Charlotte, when there's yellow, I used her all middle lane ridiculously fast. When there was yellow, I was doing 65 to 70 with a middle lane. Um, and then normally I do about 50 to 55. So as long as you're picking your opponent's right, it's really fast. I'm not Showboat affiliated, so I can't run 2. So that puts a little bit of a downer on it for me. But I could see some scenarios where I'd use Maxine over Charlotte potentially. But yeah, depending on what you like, because she's gonna be your guaranteed damage with the Piper. You know what I mean? And then Jade is more like, I don't think she's as good as Maxine personally. I know people will disagree with me, but like for safety, speed, ease of use, not having to worry about multiply down coaches and stuff, I prefer Maxine over Jade. But they're all 3 worth gold. And I know you know a lot of this. I'm just going over it. Maxine is still great at 6-star gold, Twitch app. You just double the buff with the MP plate, and it adds some cascade risk. She'll still hit plenty hard, but just double the buff and you'll one-shot everyone. So I don't think there's any Showboat trainers you're missing. So I feel like that's, I mean, like, what more is there to say when you have those 3? Like, your Showboat, Lady Showboat stacked, and you got them all. So you're set. Like, you just don't need any more. Acrobat is loaded. We talked a little bit about this before we got into the roster review. You don't have Tiffy plate. Also, a lot of this is playstyle preference for people. These 2, nothing special. When it comes to acros, for example, I know people that absolutely adore Becky, and I can't stand using her because of the sub. Shotzi was awesome, can still hit super hard, but you have to do some matching. I know a lot of people like Bianca, but there's some swiping involved. Personally, when I rate Lady Acros, for most people, it's obviously Rhea is right there at the top with Indy. Indy's the best, and then Rhea. And then depending what you have, potentially Kyrie is number 3 to me. I really like Tiffany. You don't ever play it. I've only played her competitively with her plate. I think I would like her way, way less. I probably Team Kyrie's really fun and really good. Hey, Fifth Element, how are you, bud? Good to see you, Fifth Element. I really like Kyrie a lot as well with Triple Green. So honestly, if you're after this month, like seeing how you do on acros, I know you're close to Muda too, as I recall. If you got Muda and Jacob, you'd obviously want to skyrocket them, right? And then after that, I think I would probably, yes, Becky's amazing if you're okay with the sub gameplay. Becky hits ridiculously hard. She's amazing that way. I can't personally do it. But if you are good with that gameplay style, she is top notch. Kyrie with either a Piper or an LA Knight plate is really, really lights out, especially with the LA Knight plate. But either you can get away without cycling the moves, and it's really good. But again, Piper plate's very high demand, and LA Knight plate is very hard to get. So, I think, so for me personally, yes, HD. For me personally, if you want my personal rating, Showtime Chemo, for how I play and how they work with how I set up my feud roster, Indy's easy 1. Tiffany with what I have is easy 2. Rhea's easy 3. I would put Kyrie 4, and I would probably then go between Shotzi and Bianca for most people's roster, and then Becky after those 2. And I could see, for most people's roster, though, I could see most people saying Indy 1, Rhea 2, Becky and Kyrie 3 and 4. And I could see some people putting Tiffany 5, or even Bianca ahead, and people ahead of Bianca. I don't like Bianca personally. I would put her behind Shotzi, behind Tiffany, behind these two, behind Kyrie. So 1, 2, Indies 3, 4, 5. I'd put her seventh, right? I think everyone else is more useful slash better, personally. Um, Most people's roster, I think it would be Indy, Rhea, and then either Becky, Kyrie, Tiffany in that slot. And then people might argue between Shotzi and Bianca. Bianca with all this stuff in Shotzi, I think Shotzi's better. So for Shaun, in your case, Shaun, if you have extra tokens, I feel like using her defensively would be worth it to go to silver for sure, just to speed that up. Um, she is annoying for sure. Yeah. Uh, when you have the tokens, I wouldn't make any moves that would hinder your tokens towards Jacob for sure. But I do think Tiffany countering multiplies has super high value, and depends if you got Nightmare Plate and you have Braun Breaker, she becomes a lot more less meh. With 2 procs to the Nightmare. So personally, Shaun, I feel like with Rhea, she's gonna cover your multiply area, so you don't really need to with Kyrie. They kind of do the same thing. Although Kyrie is nice because she's a singular color in green. And that's the promoter, Charlotte. IOW feud promoter from Trivia or buying with web coins. And I think Tiffany does different things and would probably be most useful, but no rush, right? Um, what I would say is player at bronze, and you can fight like silver and even gold multipliers and kind of get a feel for it and see if you like it. Without her plate, triple blue is the way to go because you're going to heal yourself in between their multiply gems. But just to give you a feel and see if it's going to be useful for you. Also, I don't know if your acro is affiliated. If your acro is affiliated, not affiliated, it's much less important. If your acro is affiliated, then it's really nice to have that second acro. But Rhea will. I can't see her overtaking Rhea as your primary at all. Yeah, for Lady Boss Battle, she would be my. I actually would take her gold over Liv, Powerhouse Liv in a heartbeat. Yes. I like Tiffany way more than Powerhouse Liv, so yeah. That's one where you should test out because I absolutely love her and love using her. EO better. EO can be really good. EO can be really good too. She has a lot of moments now. Right on, Noakes. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. I'll catch you next time, bud. Thanks for hanging out. As far as from a boss perspective, I mean, like Tiffany, it would cover defensive. I don't know how hard she would do anything in boss. Not hard, actually. So she's not going to be great there. But there aren't many defensive ones. Liv is better for boss because she handles yellow with the buff. But I don't like using Liv in everyday situations anymore. However, that being said, Lady Powerhouse is absolutely horrible, and Liv is the best Lady Powerhouse. So you should level Liv anyway, right now, if you have excess Powerhouse tokens, because there's simply no one else good. Oh, free Jade Plate and Piper Plate. KO. And we got Piper and Jade equipped. Love where your Judgment Day plate is. That's makes DDP actually extremely useful. I think, are we back to the start? Yeah, I went back to the start, right? No. Sheriff's Badge, Bubba. It did go back to the start. Okay, yes. 100 shards from Z-Liv, you don't have her. Okay. Yeah, it's just... Yeah, a lot of people like her. A lot of people like her. For sure. She is by far the best Lady Powerhouse. Lady Powerhouse is also the worst class in the game, in my opinion. Top to bottom, I don't think there's a worse class in the game. Right now, is Lady Powerhouse. Yes, Chris, 100%. Lady Acrobat is so deep and so good. You pick what you got the best stuff for and who you have the most fun with. Also, what I've found is no matter how good they are, if I don't have fun playing them, I just end up not playing them. So, with any roster advice, I think you should always take that into account. If you don't like the game's play style, and don't commit to gold until you've played them and see if you have fun with it, right? Because if you're not having fun, like at least at me, I just don't play people I don't have fun with, you know? Trickster. You got Dakota Drip. Chelsea was probably for boss. I took her up at boss because I had trick shards. Yeah. Actually, you know why, Gumsy? I'm less high on her now, is I use Tiffany in her spot. So how I was using Liv is how I use Tiffany, and Tiffany does it better for me with what I have for her. That's the real reason. Because I was using Liv exactly like I'm using Tiffany, but Tiffany does it better on my roster. Liv is great that way, and very useful that way. That's awesome, Fifth Element. Rhea's super good. All right, there's a ton of Lady Tricksters. Is this high enough for Kyrie's 40% bleed? I think it is. I don't remember Korra's training ability, but I think it needs 6-star bronze. I know, HD. Powerhouse, yes, I know. It's horrible. Lady Powerhouse is the worst class in the game. You have Papa Maya Via, so I don't think Nikki's trainer matters. And... Okay, so Dakota Drip, you know the drill there. Oh, Shaun's large roster. Probably like 9 million at least, if not higher. Steph is fun at striker, if that's what you're talking. With the class 10 mil roster for Shaun. Yeah, he's got a really good sized roster. So Dakota Drip, I mean, like, you know what that is, so you know if you want to take it gold, right? Just basically double the damage. Liv, I think I've done a ton of videos on Liv. She just gets better with the moment. Without a seance, you're not too clicking with her. So if you're cool with Liv's gameplay loop and you like that more than Dakota Drip, then you can go Liv. I'll leave that to your decision. I actually don't particularly enjoy either of them, so I don't play them. In fact, Lady Trickster, I currently am not using at all in feuds if I can help it. When I do, I actually use Chelsea because I think she's fun. And I just use her against technicians. Okay, perfect. That's the play with the drip plate, honestly, probably for speed. Short of having like a seance on Trickster Liv, right? That's the play. I think I don't remember, like I said, on Korra's if she needs 6-star for a trainer or if it's impactful. Kyrie, I think that covers the bleed, but just make sure you got the 40%. And Yeah, Dakota is your pick. You're good there. And she's aggressive for boss battle, can do black, obviously. I don't I think these are Bianca. Yeah, a lot of people like zombie Bianca. If you have a Veer plate to go with the bleed, it's actually pretty fast for something that doesn't win turn one. With a Veer plate or a Lion's Gaze to drain the MP. Shaun doesn't have one, but yeah, a lot of people do like her. Thank you, Chris. A lot of people do like Bianca, and especially in Showdown, a lot of people like her. Honestly, I don't dislike playing her. She's one of the few bleed people I did really enjoy playing. For sure. Yeah, that's fair, Shaun. You don't. Most things are like that. You don't need to take everyone gold if you don't have to. It just increases your roster talent. You know. Sometimes it works better to stay lower. This one without Z Live is brutal. Um, I probably like Raquel the most, to be honest. Or it's close, Raquel or Bianca, but I think I prefer Raquel. But I wouldn't take either of them gold. I would just wait, especially with October around the corner. But even without October around the corner, if these were my lady powerhouses, I just wouldn't take one gold. Straight up, on my roster, I would just run without a gold lady powerhouse. Raquel is awesome against bronzes, solid against silvers. Bianca's the same way, right? There's no reason I think for either of them to go farther. And they might Bianca's probably worth taking up for legend Rex and that sort of thing to like 6-star bronze. And literally, I'd stop at 6-star bronze with her. Um, and I wouldn't move any of them up. Literally, I just think it's a waste of resources. Eventually, we're gonna get a free one that's probably better than everything we're looking at right now. Um, or you're gonna get Zombie Live, or that we're gonna get like an A tier, or even better, an S tier, or S plus, right? So I just don't think, like, literally, no joke, guys. I would just not make a Lady Powerhouse Gold. Um, you can do what you want, of course. In general, I'm speaking to everybody, but I just don't think it's worth the tokens. Uh, Maybe a lot of people will disagree, but that's where I'm at on Ladies Powerhouse. There's not one. Live is worth it, but that's it. Yeah, pretty much, Chris. Pretty much. Striker ladies. Sherry's where she needs to be. I don't love her as a fighter at all. Roxanne has potential. If you're cool with triple yellow, it's actually very good sub gameplay. I would take Powerhouse Live Gold and did, Gumsy. Would and did. But yes, Zombie Live doesn't hit super hard. That would be awesome, Twitch app. Zombie Live does not hit super hard, or if you even when you stack both buffs at gold. She doesn't really stun lock exactly, Eagles. But yes, the stun build is probably the way. And then just you would just take her even matches, take her bronze and just fight bronzes or potentially silvers because the move damage doesn't really improve from bronze to silver. Lady Striker, Steph is really fun as a counter card. I did that video, which you know if you like it or not. I personally here this let me do this real quick, and this will explain. Yeah, he doesn't have Naomi though. Not this button. No, this button. The only decent way to get Naomi is for the 200k. in the club store if you're a club store person. And if you're a club store person, then it's very, very tempting. I did that. This was my talent up today. I haven't posted it yet. But you can see where I went with my lady strikers, Shaun. They basically look exactly the same as yours until I got her. I didn't think any were worth gold, so I'm not going to tell you to take them gold when I didn't think they were worth it. Does that make sense? Nikki is super fun. I want to pull her with a gold fuse, but not what I want to run optimally for feud, because it's a couple cycles if you run the stun lock and doesn't hit quite hard enough with the big damn setup, you know, with the big damage. Roxanne isn't quite my flavor, and Sonya needs a middle lane, which I despise and is a lot of clicks. I hate taking up my guaranteed middle slot with somebody that's not stupid fast. So, of yours, going back to yours, Sonya would potentially make sense. But I would wait till you either recruit Naomi or someone else comes out and roll with what you got, because that's exactly what I've been doing. So I wouldn't give you different advice than I would do myself, right? That's why I'm showing you my roster, because it basically, Lady Striker looks exactly the same as yours if you blot out Naomi, right? That's why I went to my roster, so. Also, did I mess this up? This is not shrunk anymore. Oh, it just hasn't updated. We're good, I think. Did I not take the top down? I guess you guys can see my bookmarks. It doesn't really matter. I thought I had that gone, though. I don't even play Supercard anymore. That's funny. Now I can't unsee it. It's distracting me. I gotta move it. It's distracting the heck out of me. That white bar. I can't unsee it. Sorry, Shaun. Actually, let me... Automod got you Twitch app for some reason. Hold on. I gotta switch screens. And there's gonna be Twitchception, so... Let me do this. Oh, that was the wrong button. Do this. What? I screwed my whole setup up. Let me do this. There we go. This. Later, Bruno. Take care, bud. Thank you. Appreciate it. Back to this. Back to this. There we go. So, yeah. There are useful characters for sure. Like I said, Sonya can be quite good, hit very hard if you're okay committing middle line. You got Roxanne Gold already. So I think strikers, there you pause. You know what I mean? I don't feel like you need to level anyone. And I think that covers the ladies-ish. Did you want to revisit any of the ladies before we move on, Shaun? Do we need to hit boss a little bit more with the ladies? Which styles are you lacking if we do? In a lot of cases, literally, unless there's somebody that I know is really good, I just hold my resources. Maybe that's in particular, the tokens are more what I'm interested in. I'll take a bunch of people like 6-star potentially, 6-star bronze and stuff. No issue. But I don't like the idea of taking people gold unless they're like really feel top notch, make an improvement on my roster. I'd rather just sit on stuff, on the tokens in particular. That's kind of how I look at it, and I'm trying to. This is a little bit maybe different roster advice because I know Shaun pretty well. I also know he plays smart, and I know he's going to get some decent stuff along the way, and likely advice I give him, like if I tell him to wait for a powerhouse, sooner rather than later, probably we're going to get a decent lady powerhouse. He's going to get Liv. And same thing with Striker. Sooner or later he gets Naomi or he gets somebody else. He's already got a gold. not much is a huge upgrade over Roxanne that he has. Yeah, Chris, me too. Shaun's is really easy for me, to be honest, because he builds similarly to me. He has a similar roster size, similar kind of plates. He has one drip, I have one drip. He's got a bunch of pipers, I have a bunch of pipers. So it's kind of almost like looking at my own roster. I have a few more characters, but not many. So this is like a really easy kind of fun one for me. Um, and not super duper hard, right? Because he's got good choices and good options. And I think most of the stuff I probably haven't told him much earth shattering at all yet. I probably haven't helped too much at all, I would say, so far. But it's still pretty fun. Yeah, Eagles, that's a thing. And a lot of the 99 MP people are runnable afterwards, but you have to have the right stuff, and it has to make sense. There's a bunch I have not taken gold. I've left a bunch at silver, the A tiers in particular, and actually a few of the S's. Oh, don't feel bad, Bobby. We do roster size reviews of all different sizes. None of this should make anyone feel bad. Also, um, oh well, that's good, Shaun. It's hopefully to help everybody with their decision making for their rosters. What ultimate plate better on Showboat Charlotte? Generate yellow plate or jade plate? I think the jade plate personally. Tex in particular is very difficult because we got slight upgrades to good upgrades to people that you wanted to see in the game. So there was a stretch where you were just leveling every new tech. So tech is very difficult to have tokens potentially. For sure, Bobby. It's always trying to do that. Exactly, Chris. The good thing about that is you don't really have to spend for most things because you know they're not really an upgrade, so you don't really need them. I mean, so Powerhouse Cody, Powerhouse Austin are the two best. After that, it's a pretty big fall off. Except for Powerhouse Braun is probably the third. BPP super rare needs crazy stuff. He's in the top, but you probably don't have the stuff if you're asking the question. The answer for most people is Powerhouse Braun. If you don't have Powerhouse Braun or Cody or Austin, then it's probably Brutus Creed. No, not Zombie Cody. Zombie Cody needs gear and plates. Gear and Titan plate. And middle lane. He is worth a middle lane because he's fast and strong, but you need gear, Titan plate, middle lane. And you're using 2 MP trainers. Most people, the answer is probably Braun. But I don't know your roster. And if you don't have plates, it's definitely not any of the people up except potentially Cody. With no plates, it's probably Braun and KO. Braun, KO. Yeah, new Cody is ridiculous, Telvin. Absolutely ridiculous. So, even without the plate that just came out, Julius is really great, and you can win a bunch of different ways. Plus purple boss battle, he's going to be ridiculous. Um, Absolutely ridiculous. Ilya and Julius to me are the top two techs in the game. I know you don't have Julius's plate yet, but he's very good and will cover purple. I think him and Ilya are easily the best two techs in the game. Um, I think both are worth gold. I can't think of a reason to not take either to gold, and they're going to be better than all the other techs we look at. I have Ms. Gold as well. I have Razor Gold. I made golds and then they went on this ridiculous tech run. It was awesome. Um, Finisher damage probably doesn't matter, but could start mattering since we're seeing some move damage. Hall of Fame Triple H is another one that's a lot of people's best powerhouse, actually. He really does need a Piper plate, though. Yeah, Tamatonga plate is the Julius plate, because it's better there than anywhere else. All game modes? Probably Ilya. Because he's got so many distinct sets, and they're super low charge. So all game modes, I'd probably say Ilya. There's really no weakness with Ilya. Like, period. He's a fantastic design. I'd love to tell you Razor, but there's no reason. Sako can be really fun. Yep, obviously, Shaun. I know you know that. Razor can be really fun, but I mean, you got Julius at Chaotic, but if you're a Razor mark, then he's worth talking about, but not compared to the rest. Cross you can take up for cross requirements, like to 6-star bronze and park his butt there. Um, and his trainer. What's a good skill plate for Ilya along with Piper? Like main plate? So interestingly enough, Gumsy, I'm gonna say this because it's you. You could put a drip on the main plate and get 7 more multiply gems. There's no reason to, but I'm just saying you could. Um, really, I would leave the main plate blank, to be honest. I think he does enough damage that putting any kind of extra gem generator or anything just potentially slows him down. With that, I love you, Gumsy. With that plate, I would just leave. Honestly, I would leave his main open unless you're thinking about boss battle and you have like All Heart or Naomi's plate, and then you can run the sub build to generate more big dam on him. So you could put a sub plate on him for boss battle and things like that, or when you want to dink around in feud and then sub somebody and put the big damage like triple green kind of stuff in. So I would actually probably say All Heart or Naomi's Glow. Yes, Cross is a very good trainer. Very good trainer for Cross. No, so Showtime Chemo. Miz can hit very hard, but he's got Cascade risk. Ilya and Julius both blow Miz out of the water, in my opinion, for especially for what Shaun is looking for. Yes, but Miz can still hit super hard. Okay, Gumsy. All Heart then. You could put All Heart in just for when you feel like doing that stuff. For a lot of rosters, though, Miz is huge and awesome and hits hard. So Miz is a great card. Great addition. Right? I think I said Elias has, I think it's green finisher, but we probably don't care right now. It might be a different color. It's not green, actually. It's purple, I think. I don't know for sure. You got Punk up for his trainer, so that's good. Cross for his trainer. This guy will be worth taking up potentially in case you get Roman, but that's about it. And I don't think we care about any of these. We don't care about Brock. I don't think we care. Yeah, no, I think your techs are good. Fair enough. He is really good against bronzes with the moment in particular and his plate, and probably good up to silver with the moment in his plate. Not a gold guy. Hey, Jamie, how are you, bud? Blue finisher. Thanks, Chris. Purple's Captain Lou. Okay, my personal favorite class in the game. Showboat, you have the Destroyer of Worlds. I think you have. Do you have a gear for him now too? I think, Shaun. So Showboat is a luxury for you. You can do whatever you want, because he's always there, no matter what, for the next 10 years. As long as the game's alive, you'll be able to use Regal probably. I can't see that ever not being the case at this point. Taker is really fun with his moment and a gem damage build. Really fun, but you need his moment and a gem damage build. Really, really fun. Nakamura is actually very similar to Showboat Charlotte. A little bit less damage. Yeah, Mule. I've loved Showboats for a very long time. To 6-star bronze, Orpheus? Sure. But I don't know what you got on your roster, but I don't think 6-star bronze is a mistake for Finn. You have better Showboats, probably, but 6-star bronze, he will have his uses. So he's one. If you have 100% strap, you do have nightmare plates laying around. Double purple and triple purple are very interesting. For sure, Chris. On Taker. Also, if you ever get your hands on Roman Shades, which I still don't have, that makes triple purple even more fun. Nakamura is 2 clicks with 100% strap and about 40 to 50 million damage. So slightly lower than you want to be, but still pretty fun, fast, and interesting. I believe it, HD. I believe it. I think you can also do the same without gears, or pretty close to the same without gears, in Tama at coach. And you can get, it's not that far off. I think you can still do enough. Not quite 100 million, but I think you can still do like 70-ish. With Tama and no gears. Pretty sure. I think you can still get to like 70. KO is fun, but not needed to go up. Same LA Knight won't blow you away. Moment he gets better, but he's still not as good as your other options, I feel. Adam Cole, baby. I should take Chug 6-star gold just because. I love Waller for boss battle. Love Waller for boss battle. Focus Shards is worth noting, but consistently one of the best boss battle cards in multiple boss battles for multiple colors. So as far as your boss battle game, he's literally one of the best people you can level, I think. I think he's got to be like consistently how often he's been good at boss battle. He's got to be a top 5 boss card in the game to me, if not higher. Nope, not an issue for boss. The gears just make him better. Everyone always says I say Lawler for Waller. No, it's Waller. Yep, it's Waller. He's consistently incredible for boss. And you wanna have an unfreeze on him, and he's even better. Kind of close to it actually, Noah. Um, but Acrobat would be. I'll give you 2 from each class. I think Acrobat for me would be Muda and Jacob. Tech would be Ilya and Julius. Powerhouse would be Cody and Austin. Trickster will be the hardest. Striker would be Roman and Muscleman Bray. For this is for dudes. Ladies would be way different. What am I just missing? Trickster? Is that the only one I haven't said? Trickster is probably Solo, Moment, Drip, and Bubba. Oh, Showboat. For me, it would be Rex Regum and Vader, or Seth. Rex Regum, Vader, Seth. Probably Rex and Seth, because Seth doesn't touch the board, and Vader does once. Aussies for fun. You asked, I think, for me. Did you? Noah asked for ideal. So ideal is different than fun. Aussie would probably be my third or fourth. It'd be Aussie or Bruno. Or Brutus, I mean. Aussie or Brutus. So yeah, I think Waller is the big boss one. Ray, I've done videos on. You've seen me play him on stream, I'm pretty sure, Shaun. If you're willing to commit and you have a Nightmare plate, if you got a decent strap, if you have Brawn Breaker, if you have one gear, if you put a Piper and a Nightmare on Ray, he's probably going to do 70 to 80 million. So Ray is a decent backup one, and there's Hall of Famers. What's up, Bills Mafia? Okay. Those are the big ones. Really, Showboat, it's Regal. If you got Regal, the only stuff you're trying... And so the other thing is if you get the new moment that Mello's in, that I can't remember which one it is, that's LA Knight is in also, I can't remember the name. Triple Yellow with him is the only sub I would ever use, and it's actually really solid. Brutus for Trick is really good. He'd be third or fourth for me, though. He takes a long time to resolve. Bubba is faster. Yeah, that one, Noah. Bubba is faster. And, Solo is also faster and Mherex proof. Right? Beefcake takes a while to resolve. So when ideal is a different question than who hits harder. To me. So that's how I'd answer that. Ladies, I could give you one at each. Strikers, Naomi. Powerhouse is Zombie Liv. Acrobat will give you 2. Indy and Rhea. Showboat will give you 2. Maxine and Charlotte. Trickster is probably Dakota with the drip plate. And Technician is Charlotte and May. Roman or Braun with middle lane? I don't like needing a middle lane, Chris, but you could make a case that Braun is going to be as good or faster, maybe? Oh, Trish! I forget about Trish, even though I have her. I love Trish. Trish is my favorite trickster. Trish would be number 1. Thanks, Sando. I use Trish all the time, but I got in the habit of not talking about her because a lot of people don't have her. So I literally got in the habit of not talking about Trish. I feel weird when I have, like, I try not to talk about Rex Regum too much either. I don't like talking about rare stuff that I have. 700k, Chris? Assuming? Or is she 550? Acro, you got Macho? Yeah, 700k, okay. Sammy's probably not worth 200k, unfortunately. So, one thing I would say, although I cannot speak to this from personal experience, Shaun, is supposedly Judgment Day plate Orton is ridiculous, and he's also ridiculous for boss without the Judgment Day plate. So I guess I don't have him, But by all accounts, he is ridiculous for boss when it's blue. Macho is obviously great. And with what you just said you have, you're not going to have a better one until you get Jacob or Muda. I think he is literally, with the setup with Nightmare Plate, Strap, both gears, he is the best acrobat not named Muda or Jacob Fatu, right? So he's the best. So then it's options. So if we're talking boss battle, either here or Dilo, he's solid on a lot of bosses. So one of these two for boss. Zombie Orton, I can't speak to very well personally. People swear up and down he still hits for a metric crap ton though. Fair enough. Also, if you get pinned, you're screwed. You get pinned, you're screwed. So I also wouldn't use Orton for feud. He's a boss guy to me. No, it's not by design. Bill's Mafia. It's a themed MLC. And as far as I know, there is no lady in the either set of bloodlines we've had. Yes, Wes with Moment for feud or Dilo with Solo. That video will post in the next day or two. Spoiler. Maybe I'll post it right now or tonight or tomorrow. I'll post it tomorrow because I have the showdown video to post. Yeah, Wes or Dilo. I prefer Wes over Dilo personally, but I don't give Dilo enough love. But I would use Wes before Orton myself in feud. I do think Orton for boss though. Orton or Dilo for boss. I think Dilo's better than Wes for boss because he's got pure colors. And I think Orton's probably better than Dilo for one specific color. So I think that's if you want a project, but again, save your tokens. See what happens this month, right? But for future. Also, for Stip Tours, Mutant Valor, worth 6-star bronze, everyone in the chat, by the way. Actually, I need to go back on a couple things. So is Technician KO, worth 6-star bronze for Stip Tours. If you want easy 2-click modes, those people that make X amount and destroy X amount are clutch when those are the colors and stips we've had. He is really good for stip. 6-star bronze worthy and Tech KO. If you're going to do stip. If you're not going to do stip, just can it. But Tech KO is as well for silence. Very good for stip. Ballard just reminded me of that. Also very good for stip, if you care. 6-star bronze isn't a huge waste of resources. Nice, stay-at-home veteran. Julius is really good, buddy. Really good, enjoy. I think that is mostly accurate. I honestly want to make a video with Jay. I want to take him silver and make a video and see how he is in feud with all of the moments. I just don't know. Just 2 buttons, Showtime Chemo. Generate silence gems, destroy silence gems. It's just random colors. I like it because it's simple. It's just 2 buttons over and over. All of my stip people I like is not to leaderboard. It's just to complete them quickly. Tricksters. Nothing exciting there. As long as, yeah, the ricochet's high enough for his thing. Loader, he doesn't need to be higher. Is Akam high enough for his trainer? And Andrade, if not, put him on your radar. Oh, you have Steamboat for Taker too. Yeah, Taker's a really good gem damage pick for you if you have Steamboat too. By the way, circling back to your showboats, you have Nightmare Plate and that. Not for boss like Waller is, but Taker, he's really good on Taker for that build set. Mm, mm. He's got a training ability somewhere too. Gooker, make sure he is high enough for his. Because he's all move damage. So make sure you got 40% on Gooker for sure, because when you need move damage people, it's pretty clutch. Burn him with fire. Chris, I see what you're doing and I don't like it. Chris is trolling me. Ozzy, Brutus, and Bubba, you know the setup. So if you like that setup for Bubba, it's super fast. Right? I mean, your tricks, you're looking at them. I mean, like, solo drip moment is it. And if you had Big Ugly, you saw what he did if you watched that video. He's a little bit slower. Bubba's faster than everybody. Bubba's faster than everybody, and you got these two, so you're not hurting. Yeah. If you've played Bubba that way, he's awesome. I mean, I feel like 6 stars good enough for Gunther, simply because he has the lower health pool, and if you're going to do his health steal hurt you build, you can still do that. I mean, like, I don't know. It's probably just CSS for a feud with like 4 wins and then bench him, Chris. But who knows? Sometimes they have tricky stuff for zombies, but he's good enough that he should be able to clear any kind of hard tour they send at us. You know what I mean? Because he's not a bad design. He's just not super fast. You got Sammy up for Blast, so yeah, Tricksters looks pretty good actually. Bubba's the guy I would take if you want another one at gold, if you and especially if you like playing him. Also, you could sit on it too if you don't have a lot of tokens. Like if somebody doesn't feel perfect to me, I sit on their tokens until I get at least like 24 saved up, so I have enough to make a move immediately in case somebody I love drops. Bubba's a heck of a lot of fun, plus Dudley's though. So that's probably your biggest speed upgrade there. And then I don't know if any of the ones like boss wise, I don't feel like we probably missed any of them for boss in the tricksters, to be honest. Traps work funky. Brutus doesn't count on shields right with the traps either in boss, so that's kind of a bummer. Powerhouse is a struggle for a lot of people. I feel like it's probably not going to be for you because I know what your top two are. Yeah, me too, Shaun. I wish Devon could scale to gold. Like, I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't think we've got X break ones, but Angle makes the X breaks, breaks the X breaks. In fact, if you ever want a ridiculously silly build, Angle with a Veer plate will take a while to win, but it'll also never lose. It's more of just a fun, dumb thing. If you want to take somebody for talent up when you have extra, and then when if they throw like a stupid stip out with X breaks, he would be fun kind of thing, but not somebody like I would say to work on. It's just worth talking about as something fun. Brutus with gear would be interesting. I don't think you have the gear, and he's only a little interesting, not a lot interesting. Plus, I know your other powerhouses, so I'm just mentioning it because otherwise, no. Sammy, I wish he was good. The best I can get out of Sammy, I'm gonna try again, was like 45 million out of Powerhouse Sammy on turn 1. It's close. I don't think, and that was with everything though in the kitchen sink. I don't think. I need to try again, but I don't think Sammy's probably worth gold. Sadly, at Powerhouse. Um, He's fun and really good with the moment up to silver, or if you're somebody that enjoys Veer plate, even with the moment at gold, he wins pretty fast, and he's just silly with the Veer plate and Roxanne who you have, but he's not as fast as the two you have at all. So don't take him up. Um, his top two are fantastic. Um, Ray with gear is pretty fun, in particular for boss. Once Ray has gear, he can do basically anything in boss, all kinds of things in boss, whatever you want to do in boss. So if you get gear this zombie season, he's worth it for boss. As a defensive character, Triple H isn't the worst for boss, but his animations are slow and will drive you crazy. Hogan is the best consistent shield breaker in the game. He breaks any color shield with his wild cards. So if you're a Hogan mark, also if you ever get Hogan's gear and have all of his moments, he's actually super good. But the gear is the hard part, harder than all the moments. He's a true Wales card. And here we go. You need to do nothing with your powerhouses. Your powerhouse game is as good as it gets. Thanks, Con. Take care, bud. So, I don't know, you have the exact same 3 golds I have at Powerhouse. I see no reason to recommend KO to Shaun, actually. I don't know where KO would help him. Yeah, I took my Powerhouse Andre to gold. I don't like him, though. I love you, Gumsy. I don't use Andre. I tried the drip Andre build on stream and was very unimpressed, to be honest. Very, very unimpressed. He's nowhere near Austin or Cody. And worth mentioning, if you have Zombie Cody gear, Zombie Cody gear with a middle lane and a Titan plate is absolutely ridiculous, speed-wise. And a Hardy hits, but you have these two, so unless you have a quad powerhouse promoter, no reason. Take care, Fifth Element. Enjoy. Yeah, Chris, I just didn't see it. Like, I don't see it. Yeah, I'm with you, Shaun. So Powerhouse Taker is one of the better old token Hall of Famers you could get. No, Gear Spring Outbreak, but sometimes you can obtain it during the previous ones. I don't have Zombie Moment yet. I wish I had that, Chemo. That's a fantastic moment. Drew with both moments is interesting. With a Piper plate and stuff, both moments armor, they'll never kick out. Wish it did more damage though. But he's not gonna lose. You know? You know what? You would know if you had all these stuff, so I'm gonna assume you don't. You know what Andre does with the moment, but he's focused, so he's a problem. Batista's kind of really interesting to me, depending on what you have. You have a lot of Piper plates, so Batista is interesting. He's also interesting with the Jade plate. And you have Sherry. With Sherry, Batista's really interesting. You get that moment, and then Batista hits ridiculously hard. We haven't got to the top of your strikers yet. But there's that, right? What's up, Punk? Yeah, I knew you wouldn't have it. Because otherwise, I know he'd be higher. Rocker does what Rocker does. I'm not a fan of him at gold, but he does have a quick build he can use. Bam Bam, I got a Piper Plate video that I'll be posting of him in the next few days. Shaun, if you have 100% strap with a Piper Plate, no moment, he can get to about 60 million at gold. What's up, Dream? How are you, bud? Yeah. Gumsy, no zombies in the club store. That's insanely disappointing. It really does. It is I don't know what a plonker is, but I'll repeat it. Because whatever it is, I feel like 100% that's a plonker. Yeah, Shaun. Similar to Terry Funk, actually. The build set that I'm going to show you in the video tomorrow is super similar to Terry Funk. I'll probably post it tomorrow or the next day. Seth, you've seen what he can do with the gears. Zombie Sammy, you know what he can do with the Piper Jade. I'm imagining you're waiting on Focus Shard since you have Roxanne. So Sammy at gold would be the one I would recommend. Bronze, middle lane, and awesome, which you know. You have Mello, you have the stuff to run him. You have Roxanne, the stuff to run Sammy. You have a Jade plate, so you don't even need the Piper plate on Sammy. Yeah, I knew it'd be the Focus Shards because you have Rocker at silver. You have Sherry at 6-star silver. You have Brett at 6-star silver. You have Sammy at 6-star silver. There's no way you have any more Focus Shards left. I like it, Gumsy. I can't believe it auto-modded you for idiot. May is the best for May plate, assuming you also have a Piper plate. It's one of the few times I actually named the plate correctly. Yeah, I knew it was going to be shards for sure, Shaun. Yeah, also a problem with Naomi, right? It's worth noting for Naomi. So, honestly, Bam Bam, I think, is chaotic, right? Or defensive. He's going to be interesting for you. And I don't remember what Batista is. I feel like chaotic or aggressive, though. So Batista is kind of interesting with the Jade Plate if you end up getting the moment eventually. So back pocket that. Andre's focused, so forget about him forever. Drew with both moments potentially, but there's other more interesting things. But if you're Drew Mark, you can do it. Bammer with a Piper plate, very similar gameplay to Funk. Doesn't hit quite as hard as Funk, but when Bammer, without the moment, about 60 million with a 100 strap, that gold. Moment would probably bump that, I want to say, to 80-ish, so kind of similar to the Funkster. Brett's up for training. Sammy's your guy, but shards, and then you got to worry about shards for Naomi. Braun Breaker, middle lane is your fastest, which you probably already knew. Actually, Terry is just as fast as Braun, but Terry can cascade. But Terry's an awesome trap counter. Honestly, you're very good at Striker. You got DDP with a Judgment Day plate. You're never going to lose with them. So it's kind of dealer's choice. As far as boss goes, Sammy's also very good for boss. So I like him a lot for boss. Brett is pretty solid for boss, but I don't like taking Brett to gold. Terry's great for blue boss now, in particular with the universal moment. Striker, you seem really strong for boss anyway. Batista will be really solid for boss with all of those multiply gems that he can change green. So Batista would be a very good green boss guy. And then like kind of just circling back, Austin's insane for blast or red boss. Actually, Austin, if you don't win turn 1, Austin grows his damage so fast it's not funny. Well, he's focus shards, and Sammy hits harder and faster, so why would I tell him to take Brett up? Because Sammy's better. Bobby's great if you're good with sub gameplay and if you got the moments. He will wipe anybody. 100%. Wipe anybody with that Miz moment. But it's sub gameplay. So, Shaun has better options that he doesn't have to risk the sub. Well, the Miz moment, for one, is the big one. And then the other one is the The moment, Carrying Cross's moment. Cody is insane for green, boss. Ilya will be insane for blue, insane for green. You got Julius, insane for purple. I mean, like, just circling back to some of the boss stuff. Ozzy can do black gems. Bubba can do yellow. Regal can do yellow. Macho can do yellow. Orton could do blue. Waller can do green and blue. Yeah, I think you're pretty good. Yeah, it's because of the sub. You missed the Stockwatch series? It was a good series, man. It was a good series. I don't know your roster. You probably won't be able to one-shot people. It's a 2-cycle win with a big strap, ARG. 2-cycle win with a big strap. So when you're looking at 2 cycles and potentially getting hit, at times like that, generally I would say you're probably better off. That's when you're better off using somebody like Lashley. If you can't win on the first turn, then you want to control and win fast if you can. And if you can't control and win fast, then you just want to control and win. So ideally is win right away turn 1, or win fast on turn 2, or whatever, right? Whatever is speed. And if you're not winning fast, if you get into trouble, you're probably in big trouble, right? Generally speaking. So either attack the right people that you know you can afford to get, like, you can use somebody fast that takes 2 cycles if they recycle, and then just attack the right people. There's tons of people the AI plays poorly, right? And anybody that puts snowfalls in a specific spot or pyro gems, the AI is probably going to mess up. You can fight them all day long, and you're never going to get hurt. So, yeah, you just pick your opponent smart. And so it really depends what you're going for, but you can make, when I'm doing a roster review like this, and in general, you hear Gumsy calling me Ahab and like 2-click specialty, etc. like that. Congrats, Gumsy. She's amazing. The reality is there's a ton of different ways you can win, right? But when it's a roster this big, you're nitpicking to get the people that win with the least effort, because it just makes it so much easier. Then you have room to do whatever you feel like. You just troll me, rightfully so. So like the roster advice I give Shaun is way different than the roster advice I would give you, right? And if I say somebody's trash like KO, there doesn't mean they're trash. KO is amazing on so many rosters and can carry rosters huge. It just means I hate them on my roster, right? So you have to take all of that with a grain of salt. If you watch my videos where I preview people and I rank them at the end, yeah, that's true, Gumsy. My bad. You called me on it. You win, Gumsy. Where I rank them at the end, it's strictly, do they hit hard enough? Are they safe enough? You know what I mean? Like, and so it's literally splitting hairs, because there's honestly 4 or 5 guys in every class that can hit hard enough to win. It's just who does it the most efficiently is how I look at it. Who needs the least? What do you have the most plates to go around? I put a very big premium. So like new solo, a ton of people aren't crazy on him. I actually kind of really love the yellow moveset, because it uses a plate that most everyone has and no one's using anywhere. And I don't use move damage on anyone right now. So it's just something different, and I kind of like that. That makes him way better to me, because he doesn't need a Piper plate, and like everybody that's good for the last 3 months or 4 months needs a Piper plate. So there's things like that that I really like. The new Tama Tonga, his best moveset by far is move damage, and I certainly don't have any needs on a Trickster move damage strap. You can clear like 55 million move damage very quickly and efficiently, and it's actually super smooth and fun. So like he's one of my probably would be one of my preferred tricksters. I need to play him and see how he plays, but just uh really smooth, really good, and does something different. And a lot of people are upset or they think they're not good solo. I've heard a bunch of people say solo's not good. Solo's very good. Especially if you get the moment and put other stuff on him. He's still gonna win turn one with just a few clicks. Is he Regal? Nah, he's not Regal right now. Or yeah, I mean like, but he's faster than Regal. Is he Rex Regum? No, he doesn't hit quite as hard as Rex Regal. Pretty much, Gumsy. Um, I play. I was feuding in a feud recently while I was playing Fallout 76 because I set my people up so I don't have to pay attention. Gumsy is fairly accurate in what he just said. If there was autoplay for feud, I would try and build the best the feud roster that could auto feud an entire feud, and I would just auto it. 100% I would do it. I would build people strictly on if they could auto feud. No joke. I am that lazy. Um Actually, it's I like being efficient, so if I can do multiple things at once, I like to do that. But anyway, Shaun, like your roster's super good, and like I don't see a lot really to. I feel like I probably didn't help you a ton. It also felt like a super easy roster review because it's so similar to mine. Um, yeah. Do you have any other questions while we're here before Mrs. Mherex potentially gets home? And I end stream and we go do our weeklies and dailies in Fallout. Any plates in particular that you want homes for? Oh, the Bam Bam build uses a Queen's Tiara and a Piper plate, Shaun, which you have. So, yeah. Everyone got the showdown thing that was clear, how to make it easier, right? I'll post that video for people's like right now. Have I done anyone in Woken before? I might have. I might have done a Woken person before. Ed, I don't know that I like Ed. I couldn't probably tell Ed anything because he's got every card in the game and all the plates. Like Ed has probably tried more stuff than I have. He basically has a content creator account for like years that we have now with everything on it. Gremlin's Ears. Nikki comes to mind. Mutant Seth comes to mind. Absolutely, Chris. Waller can use Gremlin's Ears. There's someone else recently, I think. That's all I got off the top of my head. Yeah, it depends which boss you're playing. Sometimes for Waller you want all heart. Sometimes for Waller you want the other one. And Waller's feudable build before you get gears and crazy stuff involves dog ear gremlin plate. No, not really, Gumsy. I think it's just you're not in the Oh, we're gonna raid Professor now. I forgot he was streaming. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I gotta go anyway. Now. No one told me he was streaming, and I didn't pay attention to the time. Yeah, I'll probably stream tomorrow, guys. Ask me more questions then. I don't see any reason I won't. thank you so much for being on. I had a lot of fun. You guys are awesome. Shaun, thank you for letting me review your roster. It was super fun. If I missed anything, Shaun, DM me. You know I'm more than happy to talk to you. Thanks, Gumsy. Thanks, Chris. Real Raid Professor, he's got giveaways. Tell him I'm sorry. I'll tell him I'm sorry, but I think I gotta go anyway, too. Thank you so much, guys. You're awesome.
As when you open the game, that's what it needs to be. Yeah, Deputy Dog, still broken. Just in case there's any shenanigans. Good plan. You never know what we're going to do with these shenanigans. The Penguin shows. So cool.